nurses, but we saw a veterinary. And he'd come, every village had a veterinary. And later, of course, we'd still see them a lot, and especially in 1976, when they introduced the insemination services, and especially in central Kenya. So every day, we had this land rover that used to come in the village, and we had this guy who would come and do the artificial insemination. So those were days that we saw somebody, and our reference even he was like our role model. I never saw a doctor, but that guy. And you can imagine when you're a small boy, and this guy comes and you want to do artificial insemination. It's really, we still remember it with a lot of nostalgic. And talking about my mom, my father was a clinic officer, trained Second World War, but he never used to be in the village. But he had instructed that guy, the same guy, the vet guy, because my mom used to be asthmatic. He had instructed this guy when he gets an asthmatic attack, people get attacks. So this guy was instructed to come with something called aminophrine. I don't know whether, Dr. Kizi, you have that in veterinary. And little did I know, I'll now go in medicine. He would come with aminophrine and inject my mom with aminophrine. The trouble with aminophrine is that when you push it a little bit faster, the patient feel very bad. He really vomit and a lot of problems. But this guy had been instructed, and he would do that. And my responsibility was to learn 3 kilometers, 4 kilometers, pick this guy, tell him my mom is not breathing, and he comes and injected my mom. And my mom survived. He survived, until she was 80. So what am I talking about? I'm talking about the resilience, isn't it? That guy in the community who is really very important, that injection that he has been trained to do can also be used to humans. That skill that this guy has can also find its way to, helping humans. And I think these are some of the things that you're talking about, in this forum. Now, going back to what I'm supposed to talk about, I'm supposed to talk about vaccines, the way vaccines are stored, the way they're transported, and the way they're handled. And I want to appreciate that vaccines, you all know, very, very important resources in our livelihood, in our way of working. So they are also very expensive in manufacturing. So I don't want to overemphasize that. And we have very few institutions that are making vaccines, and especially in Africa, possibly 3, Daktari, for human vaccines. In that sense, I think VET is a little bit ahead of the public health on vaccine production, because like here we have one big institution that does vaccine production, Kivavapi. We have another one in Ethiopia, of course Morocco, a few of them, and of course Botswana. It's actually very important that we learn a few things. Now, the learning objective on this would be to describe the cold chain, the importance and of cold chain, and also how one would want to maintain a good cold chain.